Hello everyone, welcome back to the next episode on our YouTube training on ISO 9001-2015 Quality Management Principle. So far we were discussed customer focus, leadership and engagement of people. Now let us move on to another very important quality management principle, the process approach. In my opinion, this principle completely changed the way organizations implement quality management system. But before we understand what the process approach is, let us take quickly a journey into the history of ISO 9001. Before the year 2000, ISO standard focused heavily on documentation. Their common belief was simple. If everything is documented properly, people will automatically do the work correctly. Organization created hundreds of procedure, work instruction, manuals and form. Documentation became the priority. But there was one major problem. Having a documented procedure doesn't necessarily mean the desired result are achieved. Think about it. You may have a beautifully written recipe, but the cook doesn't follow it correctly. The food won't taste good. Similarly, an organization may have an excellent procedure, but if the process were ineffective, customer satisfaction still suffer. ISO recognized this gap. That's why, starting with ISO 9001-2000, a completely new philosophy was introduced, the process approach. The focus shifted from simply documenting activities to manage processes that are consistently deliver the result. And that was the revolutionary change. ISO 9001 defined the process approach as follows. Consistent and predictable results are achieved more effectively and efficiently when the activities are understood and managed as interrelated processes that function as a coherent system. Let us simplify this. Every action performed within an organization is a process. Recruitment is a process, planning is a process, purchasing is a process, production is a process, inspection is a process, maintenance is a process, even training employees is a process. Instead of looking at department, ISO encourages us to look at process. That's why during an ISO audit, we don't normally say, today I am auditing the HR department. Instead, we say, today I am auditing the human resource process. Similarly, we audit the planning process, purchasing process, production process, maintenance process, calibration process and so on. Because ISO wants us to understand how work flows, not just the work is performed. Every process has input and output. Now, here is the most important concept. Every process has an input, every process performs certain activities, and every process produces an output. Imagine you are making a cup of coffee. The input were coffee powder, water, milk, sugar, and the process is mixing and brewing. The output is a cup of coffee. Simple, isn't it? Organizations work exactly the same way. Let us take a recruitment. The input is the manpower requirement from a department. The activities include advertising the vacancy, screening resumes, interviewing candidates, and selecting the best applicant. The output is a competent employee joining the organization. Every process follows the same logic. Input, transformation, output. But that's not just. ISO asks us to go one step further. For every process, we should also understand who performed the process, what resources are required, what equipment is needed, what procedure or work instructions are followed, how does we monitor performance, how do we know the process is effective, how do we measure the success. These questions help us manage the process instead of simply document it. Many organizations, especially in the automotive industry, use something called the turtle diagram. If you work with IATF 16949, you've probably seen this before. The turtle diagram provides a structured way to understand every process. It defines process input, process output, resources, competent persons, equipment, method, procedure, risks, performance indicators, and monitoring and measurement. Everything is required for an effective process is captured in one simple visual diagram. Even if your organization doesn't use turtle diagram, the thinking behind is exactly what ISO 9001 expects. Processes are not independent. Now let us discuss on the most important ideas in ISO 9001. Processes do not work independently. They are interconnected. One process depends on another. Think of a relay race. Each runner passes the baton to the next runner. If one runner drops the baton, the whole team loses. Organization operates exactly like every process hand over its output to another process. When one process fails, the multiple downstream processes are affected. Understanding internal customer. Most people think customers are always outside the organization, but ISO teaches something different. Customer can also be internal. Who is an internal customer? An internal customer is any person, department or process that receive the output of another process within the organization. Let us understand this with an example. Suppose the planning department requires a mechanical engineer. They submit a manpower request to HR process. Now ask yourself, who is the customer? External customer hasn't even entered the picture yet. For the HR process, the planning process is actually its customer. HR must understand the need of planning. They must recruit the right engineer with the right qualification, the right experience, and at the right time. If the HR fulfill this requirement successfully, the planning process can perform effectively. What happens if the internal customer are ignored? Now let us imagine the opposite. Suppose HR delay the recruitment or they recruit someone without required competency. What happened? Planning activity got delayed, the execution are delayed, product development is delayed, production cannot start on time, delivery to the customer get delayed. Eventually, the external customer become dissatisfied. Notice something interesting? The customer complaint did not start in production. It started much earlier. The root cause was the failure to satisfy an internal customer. This is exactly why the ISO emphasizes understanding the need of both internal and external customer. When internal customers are satisfied, process becomes stronger. When processes become stronger, external customer receive better product and service. Another important requirement is understanding how the process interact with each other. Every organization is a network of interconnected process. Sales receive the customer requirement, planning convert the requirement into engineering outputs, purchasing sources material, production manufactures the product, quality verify conformity, logistics deliver the product, customer service support the customer. Each process depends on the output of another. This entire network forms the organization quality management system. Now let us think about the benefit of process approach. Organization that successfully implemented the process approach experience many benefits. They achieve more consistent result, they improve efficiency, they reduce waste and rework, communication between the department becomes stronger, responsibilities become clearer, risk identified earlier, customer satisfaction improve. The most importantly, management can make better decisions because every process is measured and monitored. Now let's think about the key takeaways of this section. If there is a one message you should remember from this section, that is, department do not create value, but processes do. When every process receives the right input, follow the right method, measure performance, satisfy its internal customer, and deliver quality output, the entire organization succeeds. That is the true essence of the process approach in ISO 9001. In our next session, we will explore another important quality management principle and understand how it contributes to build a world-class quality management system. Thank you for watching. If you found this section valuable, please like, share this video with your colleagues and subscribe to the channel for more professional training on ISO 9001, API Q1, API Q2, ISO 14001, ISO 45001, internal audit, risk management, root cause analysis and quality management system. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.